Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to another episode of the VBL-S. I am playing against Tuxmux and the Toronto Maple Leavannys. Both of us have had a bit of an interesting start to the season, and both of us have, I think, fairly interesting structures of teams. So I'm playing against this like real tailroom commit composition with Kilowattrel as a fairly reliable tailwind setter, and Orangaroo as a very reliable trick room setter, as well as Shuppet, a recent addition to the team. I'm sure it was for the purpose of fleshing out the trick room mode, and not just so that they could have another mon. I believe they picked up Crook, Shuppet, and Sylveon? Not Crook, Honchcrow. Crow. Shuppet and Sylveon pretty recently. I don't remember what they dropped. I did know, but I'm not even gonna try. So many people doing transactions, I am really not great at keeping up on top of them. But that does mean that they have not used Sylveon a crazy amount. I believe these two have come to every team preview, and then I think these five have really just been not five. Sorry, these five have been at most of the team previews, and it's basically these two that you're looking at. The other one, Crook, has come once. These three haven't come at all, though obviously Shuppet and Honchcrow are fairly recent brains, though I'm not really expecting them. I think that these five are very likely to come, and then these three are somewhat likely to come. Certainly these four, I think, are very, very likely to come. So, yeah, they have the speed option with the Lily Coal to be able to, like, after you sleep powder, do all of the things that it's a challenge to deal with, which makes Lily Coal such a pain to play against. And then they have, like, a really good Trick Room option, potentially with the Persian Lead next to it, potentially with King Gambit or Sylveon next to it, or even Torkoal. They don't tend to bring the Lily Coal. I've noticed they tend to bring it to Team Preview without bringing it to games a lot, so that's something I'll have to consider when I'm at lead, though I want to try and have a lead which can answer it as well. And then, yeah, there's potentially like a Kilowattrel version of the lead as well. Yeah, I'm not really expecting Crook, but it might come, and I feel I'm expecting Kilowattrel a little bit more, but not a whole lot more. So I've gone with a very offensive version of the team because I really struggle otherwise to deal with their modes. That's right, I received feedback, which is good feedback, about probably I should run S-Slash over Terra Blast. I don't want to, because I don't want to miss moves, but I probably should. Obviously, I've been having a challenging series with Stone Axe, another 95 move, but it means that I don't have to Terra, even though I do generally think I want to Terra. I don't know. No, I think I'm sticking with Terra Blast. I don't intend on bringing the Yug very much, but I want to try and do it in a position where I'm not as worried about, well, Kilowattrel especially, but where I feel like I can commit to a Terraflying version. I don't know. Maybe. There are many things. Hurricane is really bad because it's 50% accuracy and Sun. Yeah, Flamethrower and Flash Cannon, both I think important coverage moves to have, and then Flying is pretty all around good. I have Escalator has finally come up these stairs. Stomping Tantrum, Ice Spinner, Iron Head, and Protect. Just trying to go for damage with Life Orb. This speed is 1 point faster than Lilligant if it is not in speed control, and it needs to just do damage. Yug is 1 point faster than Iron Treads as well, just so that they don't speed tie and have like weird positions for me to be in. Salazzle, Covert Cloak, Heatwave, Fake Out, Sludge Bomb, and Taunt, and then having the Mimikyu also with Taunt. This is one of like the lead modes. The lead modes are currently looking like Salazzle, Kleavor, and Salazzle Mimikyu. This one, I can double taunt into an Oranguru to prevent it setting Trick Room, which is nice. And then this one I can fake out Torkoal if they lead like the Lilycole mode. And then Kleavor has the option next to Salazzle of just going for fairly strong damage on that turn 1. Fire is maybe not the best terror here, but it's what I've got. Terrify Gastrodon with the room service, so this can never be slower than Torkoal, so instead it has the defensive EV for Torkoal. At this speed, it should generally be faster than Kingambit outside of Trick Room, and will always be slower than Kingambit in Trick Room unless it has a speed dropping item. That is kind of the speed tier that I've gone for. It has a decent bit of speed, but with that room service. Yeah, it just is to try and hedge my matchup into Trick Room. That's basically, yeah, that's the team. Kleavor is very good because nothing resists both of its stabs, though they can Terra Steel to resist through it. Yeah. So, because this is normally, like the rock resists, this one's weak to X-Scissor, this one's neutral to X-Scissor, this one's also neutral to X-Scissor in terms of like their other type would normally resist rock. So, yeah, that's good for me. Now, let's give my opponent a challenge. That's the wrong team. Spoilers. VBL-S versus Tuxmux. I'm just going to quickly take that onto the other screen and fix that. Nothing happened. No one saw that anything happened. No one is even vaguely aware of it. Yeah. Their team is, having a bit of a rough start to the season, such as my own has done. And I need to, like, win out to have good odds of making playoffs. Technically, if I go 3 and 4, I may do it, but then, you know, that's not as much in my hands. It's coming down to other people's results. I see that they have put the privacy button on. I cannot challenge. Less than 10 seconds after my last challenge. Okay. Persian came. Yeah, okay. Basically the team that I expected. We do see Sylveon over Kilowattrel. Yep, okay, cool. That was just what I was thinking. No. Kilowattrel, Crook, these. So these 6. Yeah, the one fire resist makes Salazzle seem pretty good. One poison resist. That's, yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, one ground resist, which I do have Ice Spinner for, though that Iron Head also hits that reasonably well. One fairy resist, though. I had Shadow Sneak at one point. I wound up cutting it for Taunt because I like the double Taunt version of the lead. I think I'm going to go for the Salazzle Mimikyu lead this game. Just to be conservative. I shouldn't need to then bring Gastrodon. I think the plan is probably then Iron Treads and Kleavor. Okay, so the temptation is definitely to fake out Torkoal and play rough Lilligant, but I should definitely go for Rain Dance. And they can only sleep out of the Salazzle because this one's safety goggles. If I learn that the Torkoal is Cover Cloak or Terra Ghost, that's good information to have. And now I want to throw a Sludge Bomb. And then a Play Rough into this slot, because this is their only Fairy Resist, I guess. They may Earth Power. Now let's go to game 1. Sludge Bomb is looking to Oko Lilligant very reliably. I wish I had Sneak, but I need the Taunt version. Okay, they're Sash, so Fake Out in future is quite good there. Let's see, they went for Earth Power, they did. Okay. I really wish I had Shadow Sneak. Alright, going Cleavor. I need to protect because they can just leap out of me. Yeah, I think I'm going to protect. I should have gone Iron Treads. It's faster than Lilligant at least. I'm going to go for protect and a Drain Punch here, just for safety. I kind of expect them to switch Torkoal. Yeah, I brought Clear Amulet to cover for Crook, which obviously didn't wind up coming. Okay. They went for Heat Wave. Okay. Surely Persian's in the back, right? Okay, Oranguru. Interesting. They haven't clicked Terra yet, so that's definitely spooky. They have switched up moves with Torkoal. What information did I get from that play rough damage? It did 16, so that suggests it's not max HP? That's interesting. Or maybe the 15 is just showing us a 16. So I could definitely X-Scissor play rough the Oranguru. Doesn't necessarily play incredibly well around them having a good Terra. If they have Protect, then I think the Torkoal is very likely to click it at this point. I think I'm going to go for the X-Scissor play, even though I do expect them to... I could X-Scissor and Taunt as well. It just doesn't beat... They might also switch to try and reset Sun. I think we're going to Stone Axe and Taunt. Okay, can I hit Stone Axe? Okay, yeah, that's good information. I can't hit Stone Axe. Let's see who the last one is. It seems to me like it's... Oh, Sylveon. Okay, that's interesting. I'm probably dead. I get Hyper Voiced. Yeah, we're definitely expecting a Terra Fairy here. But no, like, Smart Strike, which I don't think is even a Steel move. Ignore that. You didn't see anything else there. Cleavor. Yeah, no good option to hit Fairy types, which is why they're running Terra to cover it. Yeah, it seems to me like double Hyper Voice is a problem. So I think I have to protect and play off the Sylveon. I don't think I won with Gastron in the back, so... Oof. Yeah, that's not good. So they can't Terra the Sylveon, which is nice. They're probably going to try and play around the Iron Treads with some weird move on the Sylveon. That's my thoughts. Does such a move exist? I'm actually not sure it does. Do they 2 KO it anyways? They might. It seems like I'll die with my own Iron Head recoil. Life Orb. Which is unfortunate. I had Citrus Berry at one point, and now I'm in the position where that Citrus Berry would have been very positive for me. Okay. I had to get the double protect. If I failed the double protect there, that was definitely to my advantage, because I would have been able to get guaranteed protect this next turn. And now, because of Life Orb, I die without even getting a move off. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I don't think they won. Am I counting... Encore turns wrong? I need Encore to end next turn. I don't remember. 3 turns, yeah. 1, 2, 3. So I think they just lost. If I hit Stone Axis. Okay, that's 1. There's no way I can X scissor that, right? No. Okay, there we go. We hit Stone Axes. We hit Stone Axes. GG. Okay. Okay. So the Mimikyu lead definitely seems pretty reasonable. We revealed that the Lilligant is Sash, which is always good information to have. This makes me want to lean towards the Cleavor version of the lead. Didn't bring King Gambit, which is good for me. I'm definitely glad to have brought the Iron Yoga in the back. Gastrodon, I don't think actually improved. Alright. My matchup that much. Okay, so since my opponent is gone, we want to try and get accurate information. So is it looking... Okay, it's looking like it is just like a max special defense, or very, very specially defensive version of thing. Though I should look at the psychic damage into Iron Treads as well. So the psychic crit. So that doesn't look like it's invested. If it did 29 with a crit, that's good to know. Also, the fact that that's a crit is good because obviously I died to recoil. If I had not been crit, then I would have survived the extra turn of recoil because it would have done about 10% less, and then I was very, very safe. But yeah, Encore that turn didn't really make that much sense because it was only going to last for the rest of Trick Room, and if they're not moving before I am in Trick Room, then they're losing to me. Yeah, Life Orb, not paying dividends that game, giving them a lot of information. I think I'm pretty tempted to go with the same lead again, and then just see how they respond. Because there's definitely some credence to the version of the lead with Cleavor, but because Cleavor doesn't have Taunt, I'm throwing... let's click the Terra button. It seems like I'm probably not going to get a KO with Sludge Bomb X Scissor, which is definitely obviously a bit challenging if I'm trying to lead that. So I think I'll just go with the same 4 again and then see how they adapt. Okay. I want to fake out and play rough the Lilligant this time, because it should delete it. %90 of the time. Physical fairy types. Okay, let's see what's coming in. Sylveon's coming straight in. I'm going to immediately throw 2 taunts into Oranguru. I could Terra Fire to play around like a Terra Ground Terra Blast, but I don't mind it that much. Alright, let's see if they threw Psychic off. They did not. How best do I kill this Sylveon? So play rough is doing about 40%, so it does look like X Scissor... Actually, is X Scissor Drain Punch doing it? Let's do like a max special. Actually, no, this 60 defense is going to be more physically defensive anyways as a result. It does not look like X Scissor Drain... it looks like X Scissor Drain Punch might do it. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm not super worried about the Oranguru. Obviously, it's a bit, you know, it's not like it's a terrible Pokemon. We didn't see Protect on the Torkoal. 22 and 80. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable play. And I think we're expecting the X-Scissor to just KO. Though it's probably Stone Axe I should be going for. I could Rain Dance here. Do I think that improves my game chance? I guess it plays around the Stone Axe missing the best. Drain Punch is probably also fine. But yeah, not having to click. The less times I have to click inaccurate moves, the better I feel. Oh, that's right, it doesn't Oko. I probably should have played that a little bit differently. But the X's is coming out here, and then I'm just going to throw a Drain Punch out here. And Iron Dreads won game 1, and is probably just sitting in the back for game 2, but it might win. Okay, please tell me this X's are Okos. That's what all the numbers said it should. And there we go. I think that KO may go to Mimikyu, right? Yeah, looks like another KO for Mimikyu. GG's. Adaptation is for cowards and losers. The double taunt wound up being very difficult for my opponent to deal with. Yeah, I think there's definitely some reasons that they didn't tend to lead Lilligant in these games. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't wind up being a thing, and then they just weren't bringing King Gambit, so I didn't feel the need to commit Gastrodon. Though Gastro obviously would have been fine. And they did wind up revealing Protect on Torkoal, so I think I played around it pretty reasonably. Is there anything else I'm missing? Game 3, I probably would have tried a Cleavor lead, but it doesn't feel like they had the right tools to deal with this Lazzle Mimikyu lead. They never wound up bringing Persian. Obviously I was Covert Cloak. Alright. It seems like we will not be getting a VC debrief after this one. But yeah, Tux is just having dinner, which is fair enough. Yeah, so how do I feel about this? Turn 1. Yeah, I think I played this pretty reasonably, right? So the Sleep Powder obviously made sense as a play because they were going for Earth Power into Salazzle. Getting the Fake Out into Torkoal, it is less likely to be running Covert Cloak. Obviously, it could have been running Covert Cloak. It wasn't. It didn't wind up to be running Covert Cloak. I did lead it. Yeah. Clearly they just needed the Earth Power Spit Drop, which happened the wrong turn. It's like, yeah, Double Taunt can be very good into the Mental Herb commits, which is why it was very good. I have a great degree of thanks to my good friend Goose for giving me that suggestion. I'm seeing if we'll get a paste, though it seems like we may not. Yeah, Stone Axe hitting. Okay, no, we did get the paste. Awesome. Okay, Charcoal. If this was Covert Cloak, very different game. No Covert Cloaks on the team at all. The Sash, Lilligant. Yeah, okay. Definitely didn't feel too bad. Okay, Eruption Earth Power, Heatwave Protect. Mono Psychic. This team seems somewhat challenged by, because even the Lilligant doesn't have a grass move. Like, Gastrodon seems like a real issue for this team. I guess Sylveon is a pretty good sort of hedge into it. But really only Sylveon. I mean, this, they didn't even run Hyper Voice or Fake Tears. Like, it's really just helping hands, and then, like, hoping that King Gambit beats it. And it's not even taking Earth Power particularly well with this spread. So I feel pretty reasonable, pretty confident. If the Sylveon... Oh, the Sylveon had a decent bit of bulk, man. X's are strong. I'm glad to have had a matchup where they had a fairly challenged... where they were really challenged to try and find answers to X-Scissor. Because Sylveon wound up terraing and getting KO'd by X-Scissor, and otherwise it was taking Stone Axe, and then the Torkoal was Terra Grass, which means it really was not taking X-Scissor very well if it terra'd. And Stone Axe was almost as strong into both of them, right? Well, not almost. It's notably weaker, but it's still doing a pretty spooky amount of damage for them. Yeah. Maybe they would have gone with the King Gambit version of the team at some point. I definitely think that this Persian would have been better without Protect. If they were Technician on the Persian and then had an attacking move, sorry, not Technician, if they were Covert Cloak. I actually do not know why they are Technician when they do not have a move. I guess Fake Out is boosted, sorry, that's true. I was thinking it's like, they're max special attack invested. I assumed that this was a different set that they wound up changing at some point, considering the max special attack investment. But yeah, I certainly get why they were hesitant to bring it with really only helping hands and then like a small chip to facilitate further damage outs. I feel like, yeah, if it had had maybe some like crazy Terra Blast or something, then that could have changed the shape of the game. Obviously Terra Blast Ground we saw was pretty effective from Sylveon. Sub Protect. I had like one version of this which had a Rotom, which was like, I was thinking maybe Terra Poison, and I was thinking maybe like Terra Fairy, Terra Fighting or something. Obviously Terra Poison would have been better, but checking these things would have been quite funny. Okay, apparently it had Icy Wind, so not like real strong damaging move. But yeah, certainly this Ice Spinner version, Ice Spinner CC, does that really hit my whole team? I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, I guess it's okay into Mimikyu. It doesn't hit Salazzle at all. If they targeted the other Sleep Powder and then hit it, maybe it was a different game one. Definitely could have been a different game one. I probably should have thrown the Player Off into the... No, I did throw a Player Off into it. No, I threw a Sludge Bomb into it the turn after. Yeah, I had Sneak at one point. Drain Punch wound up being a reasonable brain, but it didn't really do much besides not missing, that Sneak also would have done. And then Sneak would have maybe not have to protect the Zul'jin on this turn. Being able to Sneak and Stone Axe the Torkoal would have, I think, made the game feel very safe. Because I would have gotten Stealth Rock damage onto Oranguru, and then I could have doubled it with Stone Axe and Player Off, and maybe that would have worked out. Yeah, Oranguru, very difficult Pokemon. I think generally better as a lead, because it does have that inner focus. I'm not fully behind their like early Lilligant Sleep Powder and then try and get some damage off, by which I mean take Chip into Torkoal so that your Eruption doesn't do max damage in Trick Room with Instruct. I feel like that was maybe a bit of what kind of let them down. And then outside of that, I think I had the right, certainly the right 5. I don't know if the Iron Jugulus wound up being a particularly strong bring, but the idea is, with a Choice Spec set, if they bring a very physically defensive iteration of Oranguru, then I can just Specs Terra Blast into it, and then paired with another attacking Pokemon, that will generally be enough to get through the Oranguru. I was thinking specifically like a Sludge Bomb pairing with Jugulus. So yeah, that's definitely the game. I'm very happy to be sitting at the 2 and 3, and hopefully on my way to 4 and 3. I'm playing against, I believe, Heaven, and what was Heaven's new team? Replaced Regilabs? Or is it? It's not Regilabs again, right? Heaven is a big fan of coming up with crazy new teams, and I am not sure off the top of my head what their team is this season. But, you know, always nice to go to heaven. Thank you everyone for watching. Please leave a comment down below. I probably should have said that at some earlier point this video. And hopefully I've padded out the end of the video long enough that when you start Game 2, it isn't obvious that Game 2 is the last game. Goodbye.